So, puffer fish this weekend, it's pickled fish. There's so many connections on the show this morning, and one of the things that you're going to want to try along with your pickled fish is something called a Nulaid Easter Braided Bread. Now, I've heard of braiding hair, but when you braid bread, things go completely different for you. And the thing is, this is celebratory, it is aromatic, it is gorgeous, it's beautiful. And you know, the act of baking bread and sharing with others, it goes back thousands of years. Yes. And it's still one of the most widely eaten foods around. And in light of the festivities I mentioned, Nulaid have brought us a delicious, simple and cost-effective treat for all. And as mentioned, it is a braided bread, similar in shape and style to the kitka and the challah. The egg-enriched dough will leave you begging for more, and also the leftovers. Think about this. French toast for leftovers, bread and butter pudding for leftovers. Just keep on thinking and creating. The best person in this particular space, Grace Stevens, an honor.
Oh, thank you.
It's always an honor because when I see you, I know we're going to cook something super delicious.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so take us through the process. I think people are going to need to follow this carefully because, I mean, it's amazing how you want to bake something knowing that French toast is coming the next morning.
Oh, absolutely. I was like, you almost have to like hide some of this bread away from your family so you can make French toast the following day. Right, so I'm going to start off with my wet ingredients. I've heated a little bit of milk here.
Okay.
And so this should melt your butter in there, so that's nice. And then you want to put your sugar in there just to melt that all together.
Lovely.
So that's really nice. So when you finished melting the butter, the milk's going to be quite warm. You don't want to kill your yeast.
Yes.
So you do want to get that down to room temperature again.
All right.
So you can almost like start this ahead of time with that. Okay.
It's already coming together in my head because that butter and that milk, there's that creaminess in my head that I'm thinking about when it bakes through.
Absolutely.
It's going to be absolutely delectable. I know that with regard to the eggs you'll be using in the recipe and in quality and control, Nulaid eggs are collected daily, so this ensures maximum freshness, and they also undergo the stringent quality checks. So the thing is, you know that you're going to get the freshest egg possible because, you know, a fresh egg is Nulaid, of course.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the yeast thing over here.
It's packet yeast, so it's dehydrated, so we just hydrate it there with a little bit of water and then mix that in. Then
I actually want to get my hands dirty today, even though I clean them up. So if you want me to do anything, I'm like ready for you.
I need you to do some kneading, Carl.
You know what? I need you to knead me. To knead. That's what I want. That's exactly what it's awesome.
Prove that you have it in you to do some bread.
Yes, I can. Do that. Yes.
All right.
I am indeed Cape Town born and bred. So that's why it works for me. Let's go.
So Nulaid goes, you can crack it straight in the bowl.
And look at those. You see, I always tell by a fresh egg that yolk is looking gorgeous. That's the thing.
You've got to crack a few eggs to make a beautiful loaf.
That's it. It's a lesson in life, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You know, sometimes, you know, when things are going wrong, remember, something else is baking for you in life. Don't give up. You know, you just have to believe that. And that's why I think, you know, cooking with Nulaid eggs, that should teach you things about life, which is what we're doing right now. So what you're doing is you're putting all those raisins, sultanas, throwing it in the flour.
I toss them in the flour, and then it just makes sure that they stay evenly within
That's a hack.
That's a hack.
I never would have thought of that one. Okay, that's perfect.
And all my spices.
So you're doing cinnamon? Are you doing any nutmeg in there, perhaps, or just
a little bit of mixed spice in there?
Okay, great.
And of course, something you should never leave out of your bread is salt. Okay, salt's really important. Then I've got some lemon zest. Gotta love that.
Yes.
So that's going to give you your freshness.
And lemon zest is so good because it is the ingredient that keeps on giving, given the fact that those oils that come out as soon as heat is attached to it. So now those oils are now just relaxing into whatever you're cooking, and that's going to permeate through your dish, which is absolutely gorgeous.
So now just adding all my dry ingredients.
And this is where we make that dough.
And this is where the dough comes together. So you can put half of your dry ingredients in first and then the second half. I do like to put it all in together, but that's just me, you know. Everyone has their bread kind of strategy that they do. And then we just mix it until it won't be a very firm dough.
Okay.
And that egg, of course, is just going to make the softest crumb, which is what you want for your beautiful egg. And
of course, this is going to stiffen up eventually. And I think
Yeah.
I want to just fast forward very quickly because, you know, I get very impatient with recipes because I want you to know exactly how to do it. Now, this is the thing. So, you know, when it comes to the braiding technique,
yes.
I think that's also something very special. So once you've got your dough and it's sorted on your counter,
Yes.
this is the chance for you to, do you roll it out a bit to give you a length of it so that you can start?
Yes, you need about 20 centimeters to
20
roll out. So
okay,
you take your, so this what you're going to do is you're going to leave it, you're going to cover it, and
Yes.
it's going to prove for an hour. Okay.
Okay.
Then you divide it into 3.
Yes.
And each third you'll roll into a sausage about 20 centimeters long.
Okay.
Then you smush those ends together so they're nice and tight
So they're
together.
connected, the 3.
And then you've got 3 sitting out like that, almost like a 3-pronged fork.
It's like braiding hair.
It is exactly
Oh,
like
oh,
braiding
okay,
it.
there we
So
go.
easy. And then you just go inside, 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 inside until you get the end. You smush those ends out. Tuck the ends underneath to give
Okay.
you that neatness that you want for your loaf. Crack another Nulaid egg
Yes.
into a bowl with a tiny bit of milk. Give it a bit of a whisk, and that gets nicely with a pastry brush. It gets brushed over your beautiful loaf, and that's what's going to give you that beautiful, nice, like
Yes, please.
glowing top of your loaf.
I think you've gifted us with something so important, so powerful, so beautiful, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to do some braiding of hair and braiding of bread this weekend. That is the whole idea. And if you missed any steps of the recipe, Grace Stevens has got you covered. We actually posted this on expressoshow.com. So make sure that you get this bread going this weekend. It's so versatile, so useful, and so lekker for an Easter weekend.